Hey, Kyle here. I just wanted to give parents and students an update on how camp is going to work this year for ASCENT 2023. Now, ASCENT camp is our district camp. So we're going to be joined with probably 20 other churches. 350, 400 people total will be at this camp in Glorieta, New Mexico. We've been doing that since 2021 in the location of Glorieta, New Mexico, which has tons of activities, all included in that price already. So you don't have to bring extra funds for activities, but you'll have to sign up and all that. And you'll learn more about that when you get to camp. So the reason why we do camp is it is an integral part of our overall ministry strategy of having spiritual markers, all right, placed throughout their high school career. We notice that discipleship happens in the home, discipleship happens on a weekly basis at Access and at church and all that. But there's also crucial elements of spiritual markers, journeys or experiences that they go outside of their comfort zone. They go outside of their home and their community, like camp or mission trips or SCYC. And they kind of get rejuvenated and kind of a shot in their spiritual arm, if you will, for kind of spiritual growth. And that's kind of what Ascent is for. It's kind of that mountaintop experience. We call it Ascent because if you go up to the mountain, all right, you climb up the mountain and you get to the top of the mountain, and you look over what you've just kind of seen, and you look back at what you accomplished, and you can kind of see a different viewpoint. And hopefully you come down from that mountain with a different perspective. And that's what this camp is all about. The theme is be, as in all the be verses in the Bible. Be the light, be transformed, be salt, things like that. So I'm really excited for the sessions, the workshops, interactive tracks, and things like that. So here's a couple quick announcements and tips and information that you need to know about Ascent 2023. We're meeting Friday morning, June 16th at 7 a.m. All right. I know an email sent out earlier a few months ago saying it was 8 a.m., but it's actually going to be 7 a.m. We want to make sure that we get plenty of time going there and stop for food and things like that. So 7 a.m. We're going to pack up, do final number counts, and then load up and then take off on that. It's about an 8.5-hour journey, not including stops for lunch and bathrooms and all that. So what you need to know is bring meal money for 3 travel meals. 1 for lunch on the way down. We're going to eat supper at camp. And then 2, lunch and supper on the way back, away home on Tuesday, June 20th. So just be aware, bring extra travel money and save that money for meals on the way back. Jen and I will already be at camp because we're help leading this camp. So our intern Booth and a couple other adult leaders are going to be helping us to get, and you guys to kind of get to Ascent. So just be aware of that. Follow Booth and other adult leaders like Carly and things like that who will help with lunch. So just be aware of that. Pack light. You can have 1 suitcase, but every suitcase and everything you bring, you're responsible for. So when you bring it, make sure that you take care of it. So there's a packing list online. If you go to ridgepointwichita.com/camp and you can kind of scroll down, you'll see a packing list on there. A couple other things you need to be aware of. Bring closed-toed shoes like tennis shoes. Don't wear sandals 24/7 because there are some stickers and things like that. And you're in the mountains, so just be aware of that. Drink plenty of water. 90% of the problems and the sickness and the headaches happen because someone doesn't drink enough water. So water bottles will be provided and there will be water available 24/7, but it's up to each individual student and person to drink enough water. So you'll need to drink about 4 water bottles a day minimum in that. Also, it'll be chilly at night, so bring an extra jacket if you get cold easily. And here's the thing. Everything you bring, you're responsible for. We are not responsible for lost, broken, or stolen items. So if you bring a phone to camp, just be aware of you are responsible for it. I've told the bus driver every year that we do not turn around for leftover phones or bags or whatever in restaurants for lunch and all that. So make sure you are responsible and you don't leave anything behind in that because otherwise you lose it. A couple other things. We're going to be returning on Tuesday, June 20th at 9 p.m. It might be sooner, depending on weather, depending on when we eventually get going. But that, since it's on Mountain Time, we lose an hour coming home. So just be aware of that. Check Facebook and our text messages, and you can contact your students when they're heading home on where we're at kind of in that afternoon. So here's a couple of things, just rules, I would say. Really, there's one rule and then one guideline. The rule number one, we say this all the time. All other rules fall under this rule. Rule number one is no complaining. This is when you complain, you actually have a negative experience yourself, but also you make other people who might be enjoying that particular moment or that thing or that activity or camp in general, and you've ruined or hurt their experiences as well. So if you have an issue, come talk to me, come talk to an adult leader privately, and then we can work it out in that. But if it's too hot, if it's too cold, simply complaining about it without providing solutions doesn't really work. So that's why we have the no complaining rule. Number two is more of a guideline. Leaders have given up this whole week of finances, of sleep, of peace of mind, just to serve and help and lead you. So that means leaders get first dibs. Leaders get first dibs on any seat on the bus, and leaders get first dibs on any bunk or bed in the rooms. All right, I don't want a 6-year-old leader sleeping on the top bunk if they don't want to. So you can run to your rooms and put your stuff on a bunk, but as soon as that leader comes in, they can choose whatever they want in that. And that's just because we want our leaders to be as restful and as peaceful and as healthy as possible so they can have a great experience, but also help you have a great experience, the students. So that's our guideline in that. There's going to be there's no guarantee that there's going to be sleep on there. So there's plenty of times to sleep at night, but you might be, used to sleeping in complete quietness or air conditioning or all that, and that's just not going to be available here. So I encourage you during free time, seize those nap opportunities. Take naps. If you're tired, go straight to bed. We'll have opportunities late at night. We have a big kind of lounge in our building. That's when hangout time, game time, talking can all be in there. And the rooms are designed for sleeping pretty much only. So if you are a late night person, come hang out with me and the other leaders and all that in the lounge. If you need your sleep, go straight to your room. That's kind of how we separate that each night. But I can't guarantee you're going to come home restful on that. Hopefully you come home with some excitement, with a new connection to God, a new connection with others, maybe a deeper level or an understanding of how God works in your life or what God wants you to do, or how God has placed people in your life for even encouragement and spiritual growth. That's what I would love to happen for ASCENT 2023. So just be aware of that. One last announcement. We are staying in Cottonwood, which is the building we've stayed the past couple of years, but there's no air conditioning in that building. Now, we provide a bunch of box fans, but if you have personal fans or you want to bring your own box fans, that's highly encouraged. And once the box fans are up and windows are open at night, it's very, very doable, and it doesn't get too hot. The rooms that choose not to have fans, that's where it'd probably be unpleasant. So bring a fan or take some of our fans, because we were bringing about 10 to 12 box fans for that. Lastly, this is just for parents. Parents, if you want to stay up to date, I guess it's for students too, but if you want to stay up to date and see what's all happening for ASCENT, just search the hashtag ASCENT23. So ASCENT23, and we'll be uploading pictures throughout the week using that hashtag, so you can see on Facebook or Instagram all those pictures, and you can kind of stay up to date on everything we're doing for ASCENT 23. So we're pretty excited for that. If you have any questions, please email me or contact me. If you have any questions or anything like that, let me know. But again, we're meeting at 7 a.m. on Friday, June 16th. So make sure you're there, pack beforehand, do whatever you need to do to get there so we can get going on the road as soon as possible. Okay, thank you, and thank you for your prayers and supports. I'm excited to see you at ASCENT 2023. All right, bye.